Awesome. Welcome, 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 everyone. This is Rod Goodman, your Chief Marketing Officer with My Fun Life, and it's my pleasure to be with you this morning here for our Powerline Marketing Training. Guys, we have set the stage here with My Fun Life. Have had some amazing pre-launch experience here in positioning leaders from around the globe. Literally over 15,000 have joined us. You know, and as I mentioned earlier, this is really just kind of laying the foundation, putting the logs on the fire. We're getting ready to light the match and throw the kerosene on the fire with our Powerline marketing system. Guys, this is a whole nother machine. I don't know if very many of you realize even how powerful this is, but literally this will set My Fun Life on fire. It'll set your business on fire. We're going to show you how to be all over the internet, how to literally blow up your business with this Powerline marketing system. There's nothing like it. It's been used before to put 30, 40,000 people in companies in less than 90 days. And some of those were higher priced offering. Fitness world, guys, $21, money back guarantee, global, viral, the video tour, everything's in place. I believe we're going to have unbelievable, unprecedented results as we roll out this Powerline system. So guys, with that, I'm going to bring on just a great friend and a just unbelievable marketer. In fact, he is right at the top couple positions there on our leaderboard. Is a diamond, has personally enrolled over 100 people. He knows what he's doing when it comes to marketing offline as well as online. He's owned his own network marketing company before. Just an incredible talent individual. And he has spent tireless hours, countless hours around the clock putting together this sales funnel in the Powerline marketing system.
Hey. When I'm mute out whoever it is, maybe it's even, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, well, with that, guys, let me introduce Mr. Rob Hanley. Take it away, Rob.
Hey, thanks so much, Rod. I sure do appreciate it. If everybody can hear me okay, sounds like we got rid of that echo there. Let's talk about the sales funnel, and let's talk about the pre-enrollee system. And let me set this up appropriately, if you will. This training and what I have in my mind right now comes from a lot of different. It comes from a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different reasons. As Rod said, when we very first started to kick this off was when I had the opportunity to go over to Coeur d'Alene. I used to live over there. I don't live too far away here in Seattle, and really start to get involved in the system here and what this was, what was available, and overall what this could be. And that was actually where Rod and I met. We lived there at Dan's house with Ron Pope, the chief operating officer. I slept on a little cot in a little bed there, and Ron and I, roommates type of a thing here for about a month, and we started working on this and working on this and working on this, and we're about to release it. And that's kind of a little bit of the background. I will say this, is that as Rod had mentioned, I have owned and started some of the most sophisticated internet network marketing businesses that I had ever seen online. And most of all of my affiliates were all very blown away by what I was able to do in my own company. Some really cool things. And I've always thought that the stuff that I had was really the very best that was out there. Most people had said that. And there's some really good things. That every system is a little bit different. But I will say that with what we have here, with the My Fun Life marketing system, the tools that are available, and by the way, that system had way over $1 million actually invested in it, and it generated millions and millions and millions of dollars. I've always said that was the best, and really it was until we experienced this. And the pieces that were missing in this system, in the My Fun Life system, that I might have had in my others, my intent was to bring those over too. Everybody's got a little bit of different flavors and feels, and how about this, and what about this, and can we do this? And so my intention is for 5 years, we've been actually for about 8 years now, I've been developing marketing funnels and back offices and things like that. And this pre-enrollee system is actually something that's pre-enrollee system is something that's a little bit new to me, but I absolutely love marketing. And Rod is right. I've spent many, many nights on this till 4 o'clock in the morning, or falling asleep on my couch, and then waking up and working for a few hours, even as last night, as a matter of fact. So I'm excited about what I'm going to show you right now, and what this is, and what my mindset was that this is from a conversation that I have with some really huge marketers that, quite honestly, probably would never get involved in a business that's $21. People that do already millions of dollars a year in their businesses, and they're quite happy. They sell their own products, or maybe they do something for some other thing, generally for maybe a higher ticket. And after I get done telling people how this works, what this is, and what this will do, every one of them have been in. Every one of them are excited. And most of them have been waiting for what I'm going to show you right now. I think Rod even mentioned that my friend John from over in the UK is on, and he and I have had a couple of conversations, and he's just one of many people talking about when's the funnel going to happen, when's that going to happen, when's the pre-enrollee system going to happen. So some of what I'm going to show you here is a slideshow, and then to kind of set it up, and then there's really not an adequate way to go through this, and I'm going to kind of bring you into my world a little bit of notepads on my desk and some things like that, and then I'm going to open it up to questions, because my goal and intention here is that that I transfer this information to you. It can be, I will tell you, there's a lot of moving pieces to this whole thing, but the main thing that I want to convey to you is everything is done for you. Everything is automated. So if you're thinking, God, I have no idea what he's even talking about right now, that's okay. And even if I fail in communicating all of the pieces and all that it does and all that it does for you, the main thing that you would want to understand is that it does all of it for you. So let me go on to the next slide here. The first piece of this is we're going to talk about a website funnel and what a funnel is. People talk about a funnel system and things like that. It's pretty simple. In the funnel, we call this a pre-enrollee funnel, and I'm going to give you a preview of it here in just a second. But in the funnel here, it's a marketing term that you have your visitors come in through the top. Well, actually, you do your advertising. It could be you told a friend. It could be you posted on Facebook. It could be that you send an email to somebody. We have banner ads in our back office that are in, like, I think 9 different languages. In fact, I think I got Japanese done last night as well. I've got a Japanese PowerPoint that's just was completed. And we've got Japanese banners and Turkish banners and stuff. So however they come in to the funnel, they're going to enter this top part. And the reason why it's called a funnel is because most people come in, and then as they go through, they kind of filter their way out, and then conversion overall is the end of it, and they pop out overall as a sale. After that, there's kind of a whole nother funnel with helping them get started and helping them get their first few people. And this is, we call it wash, rinse, and repeat in marketing terms. That it's duplication. You're going to do it over and over again. You're going to do it over again yourself, or maybe in this case, I say the system's going to do it over again for you. And at the same time, then it's wash, rinse, and repeat, that we get somebody started, we bring them in, we help them get going, and then we go and do it again. And then and we wash, rinse, and repeat. And when you run the numbers, of course, as we all know, in the marketing plan here, this little $21 product here, that compares to a $12,000 product, I will say the numbers are astronomical. And that's really what we're looking at here, is how do we enroll not just hundreds or thousands, but tens of thousands, and I believe hundreds of thousands. My belief is, with My Fun Life, that we will have over 1 million people in this business in the first year. So that's far bigger than almost anything else. And what we're doing, maybe I should set the stage here, go a quick rabbit hole, is that that we're creating a network. It's not just about the travel business. It's not just about what we're doing right now, but we're creating this network that can be monetized, and we can market all kinds of stuff. We've already got these 10 apps that are set up. So coming back to the funnel here is that your visitors come in, they're generally going to go through a lead capture page. They're going to see some kind of presentation here. Typically we call it a tour. And then there's what's called a call to action, which says, hey, go ahead and get started. And then finally, as they pop out at the end, they say, yeah, that's great. So that's what the kind of the beginning of what a marketing funnel is. This is a little bit of bringing you into my world here. And so, yes, I understand that this is kind of chicken scratch, that this is, you might be thinking, what in the heck is that? He's putting up this thing here. This is some notes that I took in creating, and forgive my handwriting. I've been told that maybe my handwriting alone might qualify me to be a doctor. But the whole idea of this is generally what people whiteboard. If anybody's an internet marketer out there, they probably go, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I've got notes like that as well. And this is what I said, a little preview into my world here and to how things are put together. So this was the original concept of what the pre-enrollee funnel is. So I'm going to step through some of it, and then I'm going to come back and I'll show you a couple of different pieces. And then from there, I'm going to kind of jump off and tell the story, and I might show you some different notes on my desk, some different pages, and I'm going to show you some things that we have already. So I realize that this probably doesn't make a lot of sense right now, or what's an LCP? Well, an LCP is a lead capture page, and it's something generally that I have an example here in a minute that it says, everybody's getting involved in the mobile app business. It's fantastic, and maybe we have a lead capture page movie. And the main thing that we want from a lead capture page is, just like the name suggests, is we want a lead. We want the person to put in their name, and we want them to put in their email address primarily. With our lead capture pages, we actually also want their phone number too. So they enter this information in to these LCPs, lead capture pages. We've got about 9 of them in the back office. And then they're going to be redirected overall to what we call the tour. That's these 3 boxes right here. And with the marketing tour, different than what we have right now people go through these incredible lead capture pages, and then they all drop off on the same page that looks exactly the same for everybody. We call it a company replicated page. It looks just like the corporate page. It's a great page overall to show people I want to learn more about the company. And so they go to a page that it has about us and the mission statement, and it's got maybe some movies and some things like that. We call it a company replicated page, but it's not a funnel. It doesn't tell a story. There's no progression from what's first, what's next, what's third. And all of these things are all very, very controlled. We want the person to go one direction, and that is from the top of the funnel all the way down until they join. So if you can kind of think almost as the funnel here I was talking about before, this little box would actually be the widest part of it, and then by the time they get to the join page over here, this is the smallest part of the funnel, so in and out. The first page here, what's going to be different is they're going to go to a page different than they have right now, and it's going to automatically play our first movie that we have. So they're not going to have to take any action. That's one of the things that you want to avoid as a marketer is when somebody comes onto the page, you want them to take as little actions as possible. There's only one action that we want them to take, and that is to hit the join button, take the credit card out, and get started. That's the action that we want. And in the meantime, there's smaller actions, like we want them to hit the arrow button at the bottom to progress, to go to the next page, the arrow bottom at the bottom to go to the next page, and then finally to hit the join button. But we don't want them going over here and looking about us, and over here maybe, and over here, and then the kids are crying or something like that, and they're gone. We want to tell a story. So there's 3 primary things that we actually tell with the story. The first one that I've always liked to tell on the first page is generally 3 pages is, what is it? So over here in the lead capture pages, they're told, hey, we're a mobile app business, and we're this, or maybe there's a couple images that indicate there's travel or something like that, or beaches, or the standard kind of stuff. And then they're going to be, after they put their information, they go to this first page here, and the first page says, what is it? So what is My Fun Life? The second page that they're redirected over to always answers the second question, that is, well, how much can I make? What's the income potential? How much do I make per sale? How much can I make per month? How much can I make overall? What's the profit potential in it? And then the third page, finally at the end here, as they go from to the next, is they get over to this page, and that is, how do I do it? And really, this is the last page also in marketing terms, is called call to action. This is where we're saying, take your credit card out, let's go ahead and get started. And there's a lot of other things that actually happen along the way, because we know that people have the attention span sometimes, particularly online, of like an ADHD mosquito. They just don't have any attention span at all. So you got to grab them, and then you got to keep them as much as you can. And then you already have to pre-plan the fact that you're not going to keep them. And so how do we go back to them again and again and again? There's a marketing term that says that every good piece of marketing, you have to have 7 different impressions. Somebody has to see it 7 separate times in order for them to actually make a decision and go forward. So yeah, some people are going to see a lead capture page. They're going to go straight through on the very first time they see it. And 10 minutes after they see it, they're going to take their credit card out. Fantastic. And they're going to go ahead and join you overall in the business. Other people are going to have to see it for a week or 2 or 3 weeks or a month or whatever it is like that, and they're going to have to see it again and again and again, and then finally they're going to join. So how do we follow up with these guys effectively? Because when we're talking about going diamond, for example, and putting 100 people in, there's some people, by the way, that are out there that have personally told me, I'm going to put 1,000 people in this. I'm going to put 1,000 people in this. One person said, I'll put 1,000 people in my first 45 days. He's been waiting for this, by the way. So naturally, I follow up with him, and I've shown him what we're doing and some stuff like that. And then he knows my track record for putting together some really, really cool content. So I'm going to get to a little bit more in a second. But first of all, let me just say, one of the things that happens besides them being redirected to this page is that they go on what's called an autoresponder series. That's what we say. This is an AR, autoresponder 1, message 2, message 3. Right now, I think there's about 10 or 12 messages in here. When we get done with all of this, there's going to be probably about 24 individual emails, maybe 30. We'll see. Some of it you have the ability to add them on, because this will take us out a while here. But we're going to add on a whole bunch of messages. And these messages, these autoresponder messages, it says from member. So these are messages that say, hey, John, it's Rod. Hey, you're taking a look at My Fun Life, and here's why here's why it's great, and here's what you want to see about it. And they're always going to have 2 different things in it. It's going to say, come back over to my page, and so it might have a link to this page. It might have a link to this page. It might have a link to this page. And needless to say, this is your page. These are your pages. It's not a centralized page. It's branded to you with your My Fun Life username. So they're going to get a message automatically. John's going to automatically get a message from Rod, or if you're married, they're automatically going to get a message from you. It's going to be written in first person. So, hey, John, it's Mary. Thanks for taking a look at My Fun Life. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. This is why it's great. If you're ready to get started, click on the join button. We want them to click all the way over here to Mary's join button, or come back and take a look at the cool parts of it. Hey, John, it's Mary again. What happened the second day? You're still taking a look. Look at this. Hey, John, it's Mary. Hey, and on and on and on here. All of these messages automatically sent out for you, first person, to every single person that comes in. Now, if you've had a lot of experience in marketing systems, you might go, yeah. When are you going to get to it? Because it's fairly standard to have messages that go out. What's not fairly standard, by the way, is the quality of the messages, what they look like, and the appearance overall of everything that is in those messages. So that's the first part overall of it. The second part of it is after they also have put in their information in a lead capture page, they're going to go on a whole different series of messages that go out. These ones say, this is supposed to say, in my chicken scratch, it says, from the system. So they're going to start getting messages from Mary or from John or whoever you are, and then they're also going to get site messages from the system. Now this is where we get into the power line, and this is where some of the coolness, the most coolness, if I will, of the whole system here is built in. They're going to get a message virtually every hour, I would say, that says, after you have entered into the system, there have been another 26 pre-enrollees that have entered the system after you. These people, if they lock their positions in, they may be actually in your team matrix, which means if they do that, you're going to get paid every single month that they're a member. And then they'll get another message that comes out that says, hey, hey, John, it's from the system. There's been another 17 that have joined. And lock your spot in, lock your spot in, lock your spot in. That's what this whole idea is of these pre-enrollees. And it's a little bit difficult to convey this to you, but I've got a couple of images that'll help you out a little bit. And then in addition to these messages that come out almost every single hour from the system, telling the people how many people are in line behind them. This is where we get into, Rod was talking about the power line system. In addition to those messages coming out that they're seeing, God, there's all these people that are coming in after me. And again, they might be in your team matrix. And if they do upgrade and they are in your team matrix, then you're going to get a check monthly from all of these people that are coming in. Oh my God, I better lock my spot in right now. So in addition to that, we also have messages that are sent out. They're actually sent out automatically from the system too, that we have an upgrade cutoff call every Tuesday and every Friday. And what this is they're going to get a message from, this message basically says, hey John, you've been in our system as a pre-enrollee. You have probably been getting messages about other pre-enrollees that have come in after you. Some of them have probably upgraded their positions. They may be underneath you. Tonight, Tuesday, is your last chance to upgrade your position, or everyone that is locked in their spot after you, they're going to jump over you. And so you'll still have your place in line, but everybody else that's already locked their spot in, you're not going to have that. You're not going to be able to. This is your last chance to have a monthly income overall from those people. So we're going to do a call on Tuesday nights and Friday nights, and at 12:01 on Wednesday morning and 12:01 on Saturday morning. Every person that has come into this line after you, every single person that's come into the line here that has already said, yeah, I want in. They've already taken their credit card out. They've already paid. At that time, they're going to jump over you. And at that time, you're going to see them in your matrix. So I'm hoping this is kind of a complicated scenario here. I know, again, there's kind of chicken scratch, and I know it's maybe a little bit funny. Hopefully it's not confusing. And if it is, I'll try to fill in any gaps that you have here. And like I said, I'm going to answer any questions. So just as I go through, I've only got a couple more slides here to go through. This is an example of the lead capture pages. By the way, people ask me, what's the best lead capture page? Well, I don't know what the conversions are on the lead capture page, meaning of the number of people that come to a page like this that actually put in their name, put in their phone number, and put in their email. It's called a conversion rate. And I don't know what those rates are. I really haven't started my mass marketing between trying to put everything together for the marketing systems and then reaching out to some of my own, big dogs that I've known and tell them the story that I'm telling you right now. I really haven't even had time to start doing my mass marketing, but I can tell you this. We put together about 12 lead capture pages that are in the back office. Maybe there's 9. I think there's 12. But I do know, I remember vividly putting these together and writing the copy with Rod and writing the copy with Ron and sitting down at Matt Edwards, Dan's son. Matt is the chief visionary officer, and he's an extremely talented graphic designer. One night about 12 o'clock at night, and we were coming up with the headlines here and the graphics, and I remember leaving the office going, oh my God, those are some of the most beautiful capture pages. Actually, I shouldn't even say some of. They were the most, I told people the next day, the capture pages in this system, they're better than anything that you have ever seen in any system out there. There's just currently right now, there's nothing that's better than these. So I think most marketers would probably agree they're aesthetically pleasing. Then I've had some people say, yeah, well, plainer ones convert better. Well, fantastic. We'll find out how those go, and this is not the end of the story for the capture pages either. Now, this message here is kind of a this is a little bit of a preview of some of the autoresponder messages that come out. And they're different than you usually would have. We want to show people that for 21 bucks, it's not the same old kind of story. They should look like this is a huge company overall that it is, it should look rich. It should look different. It should stand out. By the way, the reason it's highlighted My Fun Life is because I was doing a search in my Gmail to find My Fun Life and this particular message that I could give a screenshot. But they're going to look like this. So you can see again, they're kind of written first person. They look nice. They've got calculators. This is a link on here. Of course, this is a link. It's written first person. And then at the end of this, every single message, and you guys have probably been experiencing this, it'll have your name, it'll have your email address, your phone number, and it also has your Skype. So we want you to put your Skype in there. Everybody probably has Skype. It has the ability for you to put your Facebook in there. I'm thinking probably everybody's got a Facebook. And it has the ability in the back office, you put in, if you have a YouTube channel or you've got a Twitter link, you can put all of those things in, and with one single click, when somebody gets this message, one of the coolest parts of it, by the way, still working the kinks out, but when they click on the logo that says Skype, it's actually going to call you on Skype. It'll actually access their Skype, and it'll go, and it'll actually call you up on Skype. It's very, very, very cool, and the whole idea of this is to blow people away. So I think I got maybe one more slide in here. I used the rest of this thing, and then I kind of said, I'm just going to kind of free flow this. Nope. So let me jump out here, and let me show you a couple of other things. First of all, have I completely lost everybody here? Is there anybody that's tracking me? Is there anybody that's not tracking me? Because this is really the difficult part of doing a conversation. The difficult thing about training on something like this, and this is my first time training on this. Like I said, this is usually from a phone call. It's kind of interactive. Hey, thanks, Justin. Justin said he's tracking. Anybody else tracking this at all? Like it so far? And by the way, I wasn't going to do something that I am going to do now, but I'm going to give you a little preview of what the funnel pages look like. And they're hot off the press. They're not up yet. I normally don't do that kind of thing. I don't like to show people stuff until it's done, but it's a Saturday for you guys, and so you should have a little special reward, I think, too. So, all right. So let me show you what the site message actually looks like. So the site message, again, is the message that goes out after somebody is a pre-enrollee. And again, I say welcome to my world here because I've always got probably, I don't know how many things. Well, this is good. Usually I have about 20 different notes on my desk at any given time. So this is our subject line. Hey, Fred, don't hesitate. 37 more. And this is, if you kind of, for somebody that's a marketer used to assisting, might go, that's kind of cool. Yeah, this is a variable. It's kind of called a merge field. This is a merge field too. This is how the system puts in a person's first name, or their site name, whatever it's going to be. There's all these things with brackets are fields that the email system dynamically inserts from the database. So based on who your prospect is and when they came in and the whole bit. So the bottom line is the message will say something like, Fred, don't hesitate, 27 more, 20, this number will turn into a 27, for example, if that's what happens at that time. 27 more people have joined My Fun Life. Hey, Fred, here's some exciting news. This is My Fun Life gains momentum with most valuable products in the app industry. 27, that's this number up here, more have locked in a pre-enrollment position since our last email. Important, some of these people may be in your compensation matrix. If that is the case and you're a member, having locked in your spot as well, you would earn a monthly commission. Here are some of the names of the latest. Tour last 25. Well, what does that mean? That means it's going to say John K., United Kingdom, and there'll be a little flag. And then it'll say Rod G., United States, an American flag. It'll have 25 names. All this spot right here is going to be filled up with 25 names, first name, last initial, because we don't want to divulge information or something like that. But we're going to have a little snapshot of all the people, these last 25 or so that are in there. Okay, so then it'll say for the first time ever, people are finally making money in the home business industry without having to recruit people to be in the compensation plan. Now that is true. You can earn all the way to the 7th level in our matrix without sponsoring a single person. Not one person do you have to sponsor. However, nobody is going to make money if we have a bunch of welfare guys that are on here. I love the ability that we can bring people in and they'll say, well, do I got to sponsor anybody to make money? Nope. Well, can I make any good money? Yeah, actually, you can make some pretty significant monthly income. You sure can. Now, the truth of the matter in my own thinking is I like that because it brings them into the room. It is true. You can make some pretty serious money. Take out the calculator. Look at what you make just on the 7th level alone. There's 2,000 something positions in there that pay you $2 a month each. You can make some pretty silly income and not sponsor a person. However, once they're in, just like what Rod just did, and a lot more of the trainings that we're going to do, we are going to talk about the ease of this and how you can actually make huge money in this if you do sponsor somebody. And again, you can get started for less than the cost of a pizza, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Anybody, whether they're 18 to 88, can refer and sponsor people, blah, 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 blah. But now I'm down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Here's the call to action. To upgrade to a paid member and lock in your spot, click on the link below. So this is going to be Jeff's join link, or it's going to be Justin's join link, or it's going to be my join link, or it's going to be Michael's join. It's your join link, okay? When they click on that, it's going to take them right to your page to join to your success, your My Fun Life support team, because this is actually not coming from you. This is coming from the system. So that's all well and good, but then guess what happens in the next hour? Hey, John, don't hesitate. There's been 32 more people have joined My Fun Life. Hey, John, some exciting news, blah, blah, blah. And since that time, there's been another 32 people have joined and locked in their spot. Here's the last 25 names. There'll be different names again for the first time ever. And then guess what happens in the next hour? Hey, John, there's been another 37 people, or there's been another 21 people or something like that. More have joined. They get this message here virtually every single hour that's out there. Oops, this is ugly HTML. Isn't that ugly? That's what the message, that's how we make the message look pretty. So they're going to get this message on and on and on. They're going to go, oh my God, that's incredible. What we call this is there's two psychological aspects to this that we call this. We call it, number one, social proof. Social proof is that everybody else thinks it's great. Man, if everybody else is thinking it's great, if everybody else is joining, this must be hot. This is also momentum, is what we talk about here as well. So that's social proof. My God, everybody's joining. And we're going to put the social proof right in front of them again and again and again and again. And then the other thing that we use psychologically, and like I said, none of this stuff is by accident, is another psychological thing. It's called fear of loss. Hey, by the way, and it's true. It's not like this is made up. I mean, this is how it works, is that you could benefit from these people and, on and on and on, or you're going to lose your spot. So then on Tuesday night, they get kind of a different message, or Tuesday, they get a different message, and it's going to say, tonight at midnight is your last chance. I think the message might even say there's been this many number of people. And then to be very clear here, we're not guaranteeing that these people that have locked in their spot, they're seeing 27 and 37 and 32 and 20. All of those people that have locked in their spot, they're not going to make money from all of those people. We want to be very clear about this. Some of these people may be in your compensation matrix. They may not be. If that is the case, and if they do lock in their spot, then as long as they are members, you're going to continue to receive a monthly commission. So we want to be clear about it. At the same time, it would be impossible in a matrix compensation plan to determine whether they're in your matrix or my matrix or somebody else's matrix. But with the whole idea that we have this team build, this concept that you work with your upline and you're working with your downline. Actually, I don't really like those terms. Your team above you, your team below you. We do this together, and any of those people would, of course, be in your team matrix. So far, so good. Is there any questions overall on this particular message here? Like I said, it's kind of hard to do a PowerPoint on this because it's pretty interactive. So let's see here. Would it be true if the 25 will actually be signing up, or is it a trick? Okay, great. Hopefully, did I just cover that? I think I covered that. So I'm glad that you actually asked that question, Caro. because the whole idea, let me just say this, it's not a trick. There's nothing in here that's a trick. In fact, I will say I would not be involved in anything that had a trick. Now, at the same time, there are psychological things. If you're a salesperson, you're not told to just say when somebody walks into to buy a suit, hey, buy one, don't buy one, I don't really care. We're trained overall to do the best presentation that we can, and one of the greatest things about this is we're providing the best presentation for you. But no, there is absolutely no trick. Every single thing that you see here is absolutely completely true. If they do not join, will they be purged? Yeah, they will eventually be purged out. Great question. Of course, every single message that they get is going to have on the bottom to stop receiving messages. They can opt out. All of the email is 100% totally, completely compliant, but they're not going to be purged out. They're not going to lose their spot as a pre-enrollee on Tuesday night. They may be purged out. I'm not really sure, Angela. We'll have to have some discussion about it. We haven't turned it on, and some of those things we can adjust where we want to. Maybe they're purged out in a month. Maybe they're purged out in a couple of months. The main thing that we want to keep in mind is this is your pre-enrollee, so we don't want to just dismiss them out of the funnel. Sometimes people take a little while to, to follow up with, and sometimes people take a little while to join. At the same time, we don't want to just be sending an email forever and ever and ever to somebody that's never going to join. Let me take a look at any other questions we have here. Let's see. From Bruce, anything in place to make this a 100-year company? Well, no, I don't think so. I don't know. If you know of a 100-year company, please private message me so that I can join that company. This is the internet. I will tell you that the vision of this company is, 10 years, 20 years, legacy. Ron Pope, the COO, his username is Legacy. So that's the intention overall on it. But can we do? Yeah, we do everything that we're doing here. We stay compliant. We do things the right way. We provide a great product and a great service. We keep people happy. I don't know. 100 years is, that's literally the age of the universe and the internet. I like to just say, hey, how about 5 years or 6 years or 10 years? That's my opinion. So the internet changes so rapidly here. Okay, time to get serious. I have a few things to clear out. Okay, clear off my desk. Okay, let's see here. 6. Okay, good. Yeah, you're probably, I think you could be less than 6 months for full times. Okay, and I'm going to take a couple more questions. I'm going to press on here. Okay, let's see here. Do you choose it? Okay. Do you choose where your pre-enrollees are positioned after your first 3? No, you do not. There is not a holding tank overall for these for your pre-enrollees. Now, let me explain something a little bit differently here. I'm trying to think of what I can actually illustrate for this. Let me think here for just a moment. Let me bring something up. Everybody can still see my screen here. I'm going to bring up one of my image directories, and I'm going to find a picture of a line here. And this is the part that I'm going to really explain to you to try to get to you in terms of the power line system. We're still doing okay? Everybody's still engaged, interested, the whole bit? Okay, here's our line. Naturally, I have this picture because guess what? This kind of a picture is going to be used in the emails and so forth like that. So here's our line, okay? What I have explained to everybody a little bit is that these are, let's just say, we've got a bunch of people that are saying, hey, what's this all about? And so the hey, what's this all about is they are going to the lead capture page. And we're saying, well, it's a mobile app business. Do you want to learn more about it? They put in their name, they put in their email, okay? And when that happens, it gives them a date and time stamp. And the analogy that I like to make is I say, let's say that you're at the airport, okay? And you got a group of people there and they say, well, what's this all about? We say, we're a mobile app business. Do you want to learn more information? They said, yeah, I want to learn more information. So we said, great, here's a number. Go stand over here. In the United States, it's Southwest Airlines. Everybody queues up in a line getting ready to board the airplane, and you got your exact spot already in line. Everybody that's in this line, this becomes the pre-enrollee line. Everybody that's in this line is date and time stamped with their specific spot in the line. You can turn around and go, God, that line's filling up pretty fast. And by the way, our line is going to fill up so ridiculously fast, I can't even tell you. So while they're in line here, they're in this pre-enrollee line, and it's growing, it's growing, it's growing because there's still new people going, what's this all about? Well, it's an app business. Do you want information? Yep. Okay, we'll go back. There's the back of the line back there. Okay, great. They go take their spot. While you're in line, there's maybe a flight attendant or something like that that's walking along. They got an iPad that they can take a credit card, and they're saying anybody, they're here, they're giving you a little bit more information. Maybe there's monitors that are playing information in my little analogy here about what this all is, and they're watching that. And the flight attendant's walking around saying, anybody want to buy their ticket? Anybody want to upgrade? Anybody here? Raise your hand, please. I'll come over to you. This gentleman here, yeah, I think I'd like to, this sounds pretty good. Great, let's take your credit card out. Put your credit card in. He stays in line, okay? This person over here, yeah, I think I want to too. Stays in line. Buys there, stays in line. Not everybody that's in the line is actually purchasing, but some of them are and some of them are not. Just like I said over here in the message, some of these people, and let me be very clear again because I want to really just pound this home because I appreciated the question that Caro asked, is it a trick? No, it is absolutely not a trick. Some of these people may be in your compensation matrix. If that's the case and you're a member and you've locked in your spot as well, you would earn a monthly commission. So some of these people may be or not. Now, what happens on Tuesdays and on Fridays is, in my analogy, the plane is going to board. It actually leaves, it's boarding and taking off at 12:01 a.m. Pacific time on Wednesday mornings and 12:01 a.m. On Saturday mornings. And so what's going to happen is we're telling everybody on Tuesday night, hey, by the way, today's the last day. We're going to have a call tonight. We're going to explain it. We're going to explain all the stuff. You might have people below you. You might have people, in your matrix here, buy your ticket. It's 30, all these things to try to get them to buy. And then when we're going to take off here, this is when these people are going to kind of board the airplane, if you will, and that's when they're actually going to fall into your genealogy. You actually won't see any of these guys that joined. They will not show up, even though they might have put their credit card in a couple of days ago. They're not going to show up in your genealogy until 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday or 12:01 a.m. on Saturday. Why is that? Well, let's just say that we picked this person here, okay, and maybe he even came in, let's say he came in on Sunday or something like that, right? So he's a pre-enrollee, and this is the queue that's built up all the way until Tuesday. So we got a whole bunch of people in here, not everybody, but we got a bunch that have already taken out their credit cards. They've already paid 21 bucks, and some of these people naturally are going to probably be in this guy's matrix, okay? But we've been telling him all along, hey, get started, get started, get started, get started. We're going to give him all the way up to, is it this guy here? We're going to give him all the way up to 12 midnight on Tuesday to lock in his spot, or every person that has locked in their spot is going to simply bypass him and join, and he's never going to be able to capitalize on the membership or anything like that from those people ever again. Now the queue, of course, there'll still be people behind this guy. There'll still be new people that are coming in after this guy, and he'll have the same opportunity on Friday night to do it as well. But those people, that's it. That's it. If they were going to be in his matrix, that's okay, that's fine. When he joins, he can actually join and be part of their matrix underneath them. Then it was the other way around. Is that clear so far? It's kind of a complicated thing. And again, I'm going to circle back around a little bit to the fact that all of this is done for you. There's nothing that you need to do other than send people overall to your lead capture pages, and all of this is taken care of for you. So let me look quickly and see if there's any kind of questions that we have. I think you guys get the idea here of why it would be difficult again to put this into a power line, or to put to a PowerPoint, excuse me. Okay, let's see here. When will the system be available? My hope is that it's available this week. All of the emails, not the content of it, but the delivery mechanism, the logic, and all that stuff like that is already programmed. It's already ready to go. Mostly what we need to do, Herschel, is we need to actually turn it on. We need to get the pages that I'll show you a couple of them in a minute, and we need to get them up online. The total package, let's see here, I don't know what that was. Maybe that's the end of another question. Ingenious, top shelf. It is top shelf. It is top shelf. This is the most advanced, sophisticated online marketing system, I will say, certainly that I have ever seen. And like I said, I have 8 years of making multi-million dollar marketing systems that are absolutely top shelf. The emails are top shelf. The follow-up is top shelf. This is absolutely top shelf. And the whole idea is we want this marketing funnel, we want the whole delivery to be what we say, jaw-dropping. So great analogy for the power line. Thank you so much. It was the only thing that fit. Let's see here. As I am pre-enrolled and locked in, are you saying no? Okay, we have not. Very good question. Okay, so I'm speaking to somebody that is a pre-enrollee right now that has not joined, and you're very, very welcome. We actually have not turned this on right now. So what this means is right now, and this is extremely important for everybody that is a pre-enrollee right now, is that everybody right now that actually joins is going to go directly. The airplane is taking off, if you will, in my analogy, every minute. So every time anybody actually takes their credit card out and joins, they're going to jump on the airplane. And we haven't turned the whole pre-enrollee system on. Everybody already has, whether you know it or not. They already have all their own date and timestamp, but we haven't turned this whole system on. So if you choose to join right now, Jay, you go right into the matrix right now. You're not waiting until Tuesday or Friday. And you probably have, there may be pre-enrollees that are underneath you. And when we turn it on, then that's how all of this is going to pan out. And we're going to have hyper growth. We're going to have crazy growth. We already have really good growth, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to go like crazy after this. It's really, really, really going to be completely nuts. I'm just telling you. Okay, when will the cutoffs start happening? It could be next week. I hope it would be next week. I don't know that it's going to be next week. So the cutoffs, again, when we're going to do kind of our last call, cutoff is going to be on Tuesdays and on Fridays. We know that, and they will be at midnight. And the time that we go by relative is always Pacific time because that's where the company is located. When will the system be available? I think I already answered that. Okay, great. Is there another one from... Is there competition to this business right now? I saw something almost... Okay, no, there's not. I mean, yes, there is competition, and no, there's not. Travel is a $6.3 trillion a year industry. Yes, we're not the only vacation club, but yeah, there's competition. So if that makes sense to everybody, let me press on real quick, and let me think what else I may be actually leaving out here. And as I close, I'm going to give you kind of a quick little preview of what we're looking at. Again, the idea is I'm going to bring you back to my ugly sketch here. Of course, it's $1 million sketch, I will say. And this here, this is the whole pre-enrollee funnel. And by the way, we're still going to have all of our existing company pages. You can still send people to those pages and so forth like that. But this is what pretty much everybody has been waiting for, is this. And remember, guys, we're still in phase 3 right now, okay? We are in pre-launch right now. So there's some things that weren't working. I noticed the other day, I got an email myself from somebody I'd opted into, a guy I sponsored, and I know for sure he has Skype. I clicked on the link. It didn't work. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go back and fix that. Hopefully it's fixed now. I haven't had a chance to fix it, but we're working all the kinks out like this, and we're going to continue to work it out for a while. Okay, now, I'm going to do what I told Rod yesterday I probably wasn't going to do, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. And I'm going to kind of give you a little idea. This is still a little bit of a work in progress, but oops, let me go back here for a moment. I'll say this. Just like I said that these lead capture pages that we had are the nicest lead capture pages that I have ever seen for any marketing system out there, I will say this. We wrote the marketing copy for this. I think the marketing copy, I had a lot to do with the marketing copy. I love to write copy. I think the marketing copy is some of the best. I think it's good. I think it's really good, actually. But overall, the construction of the funnel, thank you to Matt Edwards as well. The guy's just a really talented graphic designer. I'm just going to tell you, this is the nicest marketing funnel I've ever seen, that I've ever seen. And it's also fully translatable, if that's a word, into every single language via Google Translate. Now, Google Translate does not do great translations. Some people say, oh God, it sucks, it's this, that, and the other. That may be true. It's probably not so accurate, but you get the idea of it. And what it does is it gives us the ability right now to have everything that you're seeing in the lead capture pages and everything you're seeing in the marketing funnel at least readable to some degree by people in all kinds of different languages. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a fully translated by a human being version of all of these different tours. But it's an enormous undertaking. Just getting the English side done is enough. And then we got to have translated email messages and things like that, which, by the way, the autoresponder, these messages right here, we have the ability to actually run these through a translation program that will actually translate them, again, I think through Google Translate, prior to them going out. And then we're also going to have the preferences of people that are looking at it, whether they speak German or they speak French or whatever it is. And as we actually write the content naturally through a human being that's translated, those messages will go out, and it won't need to go through a Google Translate anymore. It'll go out to a German person in German, to a Russian person in Russian, and that's how it is. But this stuff takes time. This isn't, I can't even tell you, stress how big of an undertaking this is. I mean, this is why I don't sleep anymore practically at all. So many 4 a.m. nights here. My phone rings all day, and then we work on this stuff at night. So, all right, you guys ready? Let me see any kind of questions, because I'm probably going to pop this out when we're done here. Okay. No, doesn't require a smartphone at all. Let's see here. I get a lot of people to think that they don't have to do anything. I would not get a lot of people thinking that they don't have to do anything to make money. I mean, I tell people that we don't want to bring a bunch of deadwood in here. Every time, by the way, that somebody is sponsored in, let me just go, I'm going to go down a quick rabbit hole, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what the Matrix email is. It's not going out right now. It should be going out hopefully pretty soon. Let me just address the whole you don't have to do anything. I like the you don't have to do anything part of this, based on the fact that it brings people into the room, so to speak, okay? But when they're in the room here, we're not going to change the rules. I mean, they can do nothing if they want to, but they'll make a lot, and they're missing out. They'll make a lot more money, and there's no reason why they shouldn't. We're going to start beating this drum, refer three who refer three. Rod does a phenomenal job on that. This is what we call the Matrix email. Congratulations, you just earned a Matrix commission bonus. A new member was placed under you in the Matrix. You may have referred them yourself, or another of your team members in the Matrix, or your upline team may have referred them, is what that means. Some of this needs to be tweaked a little bit. Regardless of how they got there, on the second month, and every month, because you don't get paid in the Matrix the first month, you get paid the second, third, and every month after that. Every month after that they are paid as a paid member, you will continue to receive a Matrix commission from their spot. Together, we are creating spillover. Your Matrix team above you or below you, all with one goal, to fill in as many matrices as we can. Large matrices, meaning ever-increasing size checks, and ever-increasing matching checks are paid to the sponsors of the people that refer these people in. That's where our matching check is really incredible. See the calculators on your site to see how much you can make with it, because again, we're very compliant in how we do here. It is likely that you just experienced the power of this team build. If you didn't sponsor the new person under you, we highly suggest you get busy, do your part, and refer someone else. There's a lot more money for you if you do refer others. We build this together, we build this together, and those that help the most get the most, that go gold, sapphire, ruby, diamond, usually get the largest checks as well. So you're going to get the idea here. And by the way, this message, when somebody gets sponsored in, when a new member joins and is placed in the Matrix, this email is going to be sent to everyone in the Matrix above that position that the new member takes, at least 7 levels up. So if you sponsor somebody, they go way down at the bottom, they're going to get an email above them, and then the next person, all the way up saying, you got a commission, you got a commission, you got a commission. This is another part here. I'm down a little bit of a rabbit hole of why this is actually going to be so absolutely ridiculous. People are going to join this, and then they're going to start, my opinion is you're going to see a lot of people getting emails saying you earned a commission. So when people earn a commission, they're like, oh my God, I didn't sponsor anybody in this. Guess what people do when they start earning a commission, particularly, no matter how small, and they didn't have to sponsor anybody, they start sponsoring people. So, all right, let's close this out. I'm going to show you a couple of things here, and this is still being tweaked, but kind of Merry Christmas that you're the only ones that have seen this. This is a little bit of a look at it. I'd love some of your feedback. We're going to probably take the word greasy out of here. I was told that we didn't like that. Discover how you can start your own mobile app business in the next 2 minutes with the first of our 10 apps for less than the cost of a pizza. 30-day, 100% money-back guarantee, unlimited plan, tapping into a $6.3 trillion per year market where our competitors price their memberships as high as $12,000. And they do. And by the way, our product is every bit as good as our competitors. One that I think of in general that prices their product at 12 grand. We price our product at 21 bucks. Here's your movie that plays automatically. This is an idea here of the pre-enrollee funnel with people scrolling by right now that are taking a look at it. John J, Fred, J, Mary S. All these people scrolling by as pre-enrollees. New pre-enrollees are joining right now in real time. There was a time when making money on the internet was hard, but now it's easy. And I don't want to disclose all this to you guys, but I'm just going to give you an idea of how ridiculously cool this is. So far, I hope that you like it. This page is kind of the intro, and this is the what is it page. So we're going to talk about travel is a 6.3 trillion. Here you can make this much money. There's cha-ching. Now we're going to talk about My Fun Travel and how you can play golf and you can do this and that and the other. And then we're going to get into the condos part of this whole thing. And then we're going to continue the tour. Everybody like that so far? And again, this comes all the way back to my little deal here. What is it? And then, of course, there's an arrow at the bottom that takes us to the next page. So let's go look at the second page here real quick. And this is what the second page is going to look like. This is how much can I make, okay? And let's see here. Come on, scroll up here. If you think that a product that you can get for less than the cost of a pizza can't pay big dollars, guess again. This plan will make you lose sleep tonight. We're bringing in the masses worldwide with My Fun Life. Now that you see the profit potential here for earning rockstar money with our first app, let's talk about the potential to make 10 times that amount as we release more apps one after the other. Do you guys realize, maybe you forget because I do, that as big as the money actually is with My Fun Travel, every single person that is in the My Fun Travel, this first app, is going to be invited to follow you into the next app in what we call a follow me matrix. They will retain their position, and then it will have compression. They're going to be asked to upgrade, to join at some point when we actually release the next app. And they're going to be asked, hey, pay another 21 bucks, and you'll have the opportunity to double your money. Here, what we see here is our pre-enrollee. This box, I think, is going to be taller and bigger. Right now, it only shows two names in here. But the whole idea is we've got pre-enrollees that are scrolling. Join now. Warning, we do not do income claims. You guys probably know that. Our pay plan is so large. By law, we can't even reveal to you how much. My Fun Life is a clean business following all the rules. And those that make the rules told us that we can't tell you how much money you would make, or you wouldn't be able to control yourself, and you probably mindlessly just join without even thinking. They're probably right. But it is okay to let you put in your own numbers into the calculators. So what these green boxes are, these are the calculators that we have already on your existing funnel. This is going to be the matrix calculator. Perfectly acceptable to have them put in 3 or whatever it's going to be and press return, and then have the calculator tell them how much that they can make. This is going to be the calculator here for the this is going to be the calculator for the matching check. So if I referred X number of people and they made X number per month, how much would I make? And they hit return. We want them to come through and hit this button right here, which is on the end of every one of these calculators. And then finally, as we get down to the bottom, I think this is a graphic right now of the coded bonus. Now that you've seen the power of this compensation plan, put in your own numbers, you may not sleep, blah, 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 blah. This is the first of the 10 mobile apps here. When the next one comes out, everybody in the matrix is going to be invited to upgrade again for less than the cost of a pizza. It'll be 21 bucks to My Fun Health. And a follow me network, and compression means that you have the possibility to double your income when that happens, etc., etc. And next, we're going to go back. That was the second page again. This is the second part here, this page over here. And then finally, as I close this out, and I'll take some questions after I turn this off, is let's look at the third one here. And this is the what the concept is now. We're in the process of getting some of this stuff put up online here. Let's talk about the power line system that you're experiencing right now. The topic mostly for our conversation here, but it's got so many other side topics in terms of email systems and stuff like that. Right, that is in place right now. Right place, power line system, because you're experiencing it right now. Right place, right time, and your timing is essential. It is really all about your timing. So they're going to watch the last movie that we have. Here's the pre-enrollee matrix coming on. On every page of the tour, you've seen new people just like you taking a look at My Fun Life. They're entering the site just as you are from all over the world. Everyone is given a date and time stamp to hold their place in line. This includes you. While you've been watching this, others most likely have come in after you, their place in line is behind you. If they lock in their spot, upgrade and become a new member, like you have the opportunity to do now, they are in your team matrix for as long as they're members, and you will receive a monthly commission check. If you do not lock in your spot, they will simply bypass you, jumping over you, and that will cost you a fortune. And then Andrew Carnegie here, little quotes, a successful person can make a decision quickly, no money back risk, all the kind of stuff like that. It's a ton of fun. And that is it for that. So all done with your preview there. Let me see what kind of questions, comments. I hope that you guys like it. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, it is nice. It's actually beyond nice. It's really pretty ridiculous, as a matter of fact. Okay, the system will be turned on. My hope is that it's turned on next week. When does the system go live? My hope is that it's turned on next week. Let's see here. How soon will we have this? Let's see here. I'll have to tweak the copy. I'll have tweaks for the copy privately. I have 15 years. Okay, that's fine. I'd love that. You can maybe put your thing in here, and somebody's asking me to help, so you can contact me. You can put your information here. I'd love to have that kind of a conversation with you. And by the way, like anything in the internet, it's dynamic. We can change all this stuff as we go along as well. It is world class. Thank you. Glad you feel that way. Actually, you happen to be on my team too. Let's see here. Great system. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you so much. Brilliant. I like that. It is. It really is. And I'm not trying to say I'm brilliant or any way like that. I do really enjoy this kind of stuff, though, as you probably can tell. Why are there tabs on the top when we want them to walk through the phone? Okay, great. That's a great question. I love that question. The reason why is because we want to direct them through everything. At the same time, we don't want to tick anybody off. So it kind of goes back. There's two schools of thought. That's how I've done all of my systems on there. Is I do like to give people the ability to jump ahead and maybe to jump back or something like that. But there's really only a couple directions that they can go. From this page, he's asking, there's a tab that's got 3 tabs, and they can go to this page or the join page. Or, by the way, when they get to the join page, there's not any tabs. They just get there, and then they're, they can't go backwards. But on the other ones, we want to give them the ability that we don't want to make them feel like they're trapped. That's the whole idea of having tabs on there. And it's just something that's just my preference of how I've always done it. Okay, for the fun trips and condos, it's full membership. It's for memberships only. That is correct. Are we allowed to have one guest to join me on a trip? Yeah, you can do that. Sure can, Robert. You can have guests join you on a trip. It's fantastic. When we'll be ready. Wow. All right, guys, this is good. I like to see this feedback. Thank you for your help out. Thank you. That helped out about the emails. Outstanding. Great. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. All right, guys, I like it. So terrific. I hope that I didn't really confuse you. If there was nothing or very little that you understood in what I said here, that's completely okay. I'm trying to squeeze in weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of thought process and what this all is here, and tireless hours on it. And then honestly, a lot of years of marketing and like the gentleman here that's an NLP master, a lot of this kind of stuff coming together and why we do it and all this kind of stuff. It's not by accident. But the main thing that I would say for you is, if you don't understand anything that I've done here at all, the only thing that you really need to understand is my job mostly, it really is, by the way, I will say with all of this that's put in here, you want to know the most effective way to market stuff? I'm going to tell you the most effective way to market anything, okay? If you guys are ready, this is probably where you would take notes, and you probably might not even like this. The most effective way to market any business is to pick the telephone up. I'm not joking with all the stuff that we just went through here. People have asked me, what should I do right now? I tell them, reach out to the people that you know that have the biggest spheres of influence, people that you know are big marketers or rollers or the people that can blow it up. And you probably want to send them an email with a link in it. And not to this is going to come out. I mean, you will do that later. But right now, you'd send them an email to your replicated site, and then you call them up and say, hey, by the way, did you see this? You got to join. Just join. It's $21, blah, 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 blah. A phone call is going to work better every single time than any of this ever will work. These people you have a relationship with, how many contacts do you have in your cell phone, how many Facebook friends and things like that. So that really is the most effective way. So with that, I could probably, as you tell, talk here for another hour. I apologize. I've actually gone an hour here. I intended to go probably about a half of an hour, but I get a little carried away. So I hope that's okay with everybody. To the gentleman that was going to contact me, let's see here. find that. I'll look back in the notes, and you can hopefully you send an email, or you can contact me offline at Rob Hanley. So, okay, everybody, thanks so much. I appreciate your time. It's very valuable. I hope that you got something out of this. Mostly, what I want you to get out of this is I want you to say OMG, oh my God. And yeah, My Fun Life is cool. It's great. We're in pre-launch, but I really want you to go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And in fact, really right now, my strong recommendation is you probably don't relax and watch TV and take a nap today and tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. You really should probably get pretty busy, I think. So thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you on the next presentation. Take care.